Okay, so recently our family has been hit with some bad news regarding my cousin Claude. He's passed away due to complications with COVID. I'm not exactly sure all the details, but it is what it is. But regardless, I wanted to share a couple of stories that I've never told anyone about me and Claude. So here goes. Okay, the first one was at his house. It was normally me and Lenny and Gina and my sister playing together. The younger crowd, and there was my older brother Dino and Claude and Ed. The older group. They were off playing together. So we didn't really interact much one on one, except for this one day when it was me and Lenny, as usual, playing some mini cricket inside his parents' bedroom. We used to just play with a little small cricket bat, not bigger than your hand, and a little squash ball. So we didn't break much in the house. So I was there waiting for Lenny. I think he got called by his parents or something, and Claude popped his head in, and he fancied a bit of a go. So I told him the rules. 2 runs against the dresser, 2 runs against the bed, 4 runs back wall, 6 runs back wall without a bounce. The usual stuff. So he was alright, cool. And he began to, we used to finger spin the little squash ball. And so, hold on, let me just gather my thoughts a bit. So he started bowling at me, but what started happening was like a comedy of accidents. Like he would bowl, I would hit the ball, he would go to dive to stop it or catch it, and he would whack his hand against the dresser. And next ball, he would whack his foot against the bed. Next ball, he would whack his something against something or other. It was just one crazy accident after another. But then I think the final blow, shall we call it that, was I hit the ball straight down the middle at him. Now I'm not sure whether it hit his balls or not, but one thing that did happen was he slammed his feet together to try to stop the ball, and his ankles just clapped together like whoo, it came keen. I remember him moaning and rolling on the floor a bit in pain, and I wanted to laugh so bad, but I was so intimidated by him. He was much bigger and much older man than me. Luckily by that time Lenny had came back to save us both. I couldn't hold my laughter in anymore, and I think he had enough playing with me. So that was one of the funny stories. And the other one was on our little family farm, where there was a few families pitched in for this little farm in the middle of nowhere. It wasn't a big farm. It was like 2 bedrooms, a big lounge. No one was farming anything. The only thing we were farming was a good time. And we would just cram 2 or 3 families in there, and the older men would just drink wine and play dominoes, and the woman would sit and gossip and smoke cigarettes or whatever they did. And, the kids would be running around. We'd be shooting pellet guns at tin cans and playing cards and board games and, just having fun. So on this day, we had to go to the shop and we went for a drive. It was me, Claude and Ed in this bucky. And, Claude was old enough to drive by then. He was like 19, 20. And I'm only a little small kid. I'm like 10 years old or something. So we went to the shop, we picked up what we needed, and on our way back, he asked me, "Hey, do you want to drive?" I didn't know what to say, but before I could say anything, he picked me up, put me on his lap, and I was steering the car. Like my feet couldn't even reach the pedals. He was controlling the pedals, but I was driving the car, and I remember having to concentrate so much just to keep it straight, and and there was a big dip in the road, like a horseshoe, and he even let me get past that bit. It was like very exciting for me, and I thought that was super cool. As a young boy, driving your first motor vehicle is a big milestone in your life, shall we say, and Claude gave me that. So I'll thank him for that. So, with that being said, I want to congratulate you, Claude, for living a great life. Although I haven't seen you for the past, 16 years since I've been living in the UK, but I can see from the outpour of love that you led a good life, and you left a lot of good friends and family behind. Now there might be a big gap in the world today, but I'm sure that we will carry on and do our best, and I'm sure I'm sure that you'll be guiding us from the stars. Thank you, my dear cousin. Much love.